Are we live?
Apparently so.
There we go.
But we've lost a Spud.
Oh,
And
his microphone's muted. What a shambles. What an absolute shambles.
Oh, wonderful.
Shambles.
Welcome everyone to the Chilling Wargamers. The main guy that does the introduction is currently figuring out how his microphone is not working right now. So I will introduce it. I'm Elston. The man, which will hopefully be along very shortly with the sound, is Spud.
There we go. There we go.
Yes! And welcome everybody to Chilling Wargamers. You just got a slice of the action of what's going to go on today. Welcome to number one Wargaming channel, streaming channel of non-stop Wargaming, all the way from start to the finish. And it was just non-stop Wargaming all the time. Every single second of this show will be Wargaming. And thanks for joining us today. And today I've got my beautiful and absolutely awesomeness of awesomes, Mr. Elsa Nation, joining us today.
Hello, buddy. How you doing today?
I'm absolutely beautiful, other than my little technical issue.
How many cups of tea have you drank already?
I've had a full teapot and a half.
That's a lot of tea.
Yeah, to say I don't drink caffeine, it's getting a bit cray-cray in here.
I stick with water from now on. I don't drink tea or coffee. It's just water. Water, that's it. No more.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah, the twitching's already happening.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for a jog after this.
So we've got a very cool guest with us today, don't we, Spud?
We do. Absolute legend of the community. Absolute hero. We had to pay millions and millions of pounds, dollars.
I still haven't received my check. I just
euros.
out there.
Yeah, it's in the transaction process at the moment. We had to sign some other sponsorship deals and stuff like that to pay for it, but you know they're coming up. And today we've got the legend himself, Mr. Captain Valrak. Or Valrak.
Valrak.
Yeah.
Captain, you demoted me live on stream. How dare you, sir?
Anyway, it's been emotional. Thanks a lot, guys. See you on it.
I'm out.
Chapter Master Valrak. Cheese and bread. This is what happens.
That's what happens when you drink
too much caffeine.
Yeah.
I should have just drunk beer.
True.
Wonderful. How are you doing today, Valrak?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. I've actually been building one of these, which has ruffled the community, may I say. You know, technically I am a Tau player now, that I play Primaris, so I'm just embracing all these mech suits and just going along with it. There we go.
Go for it. I have my own opinions on it, and I've stated them out, and I will hold them at bay now. So we've got some people in the chat already. Spud's got enough caffeine to be able to do this. I don't.
Okay, so the chat's going absolutely insane. So welcome to all the new people. I'm going to try to do this from the top. This is it. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Email #debunker. Wow, that's a good one. Alan Maluculus, the gamer. We have Randall Wilton, Marius, Chapter Master Valrak, Christian Kalhoff, Chapter Master Valgrand, Medium Shade.
We'll get there.
Carl Frick.
I think the caffeine's having the opposite effect.
Gungs Gang Ungorging Nagurunt. Mr. Normsky, Mr. Alex Barkley. We have Cheese and Bread, Goldfish's Justice, the Scarfest of 1987, Jamjar 34, Daniel Ailstrom, Zombie Brush Studios, Daniel, that's the same one.
It's alright, you're getting there.
And obviously all the other people that are watching this live show as well.
You bailed on the last bit. I'm not sure if the caffeine's having the opposite effect. You're seeing too many words too quickly and your brain's sort of overlapping them.
I feel absolutely wired. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining in tonight. It's been awesome. If you are watching us, say hello in the stream and all that good stuff, and then we'll get on with the goodness.
Awesome. And since you've got so much caffeine in it, I'm going to throw it over to you to come up with questions on the fly, because your brain can obviously work that fast right now.
Yes.
Go
So,
for it.
welcome
First
today, and the first question, it just sounds so planned, but it's not planned. I've got nothing written down. So, if people don't know who you are somehow, do you want to do a little introduction about yourself and what you do on YouTube's?
What do I do? I ask myself that every day, to be fair. What do I actually do? I like Warhammer,
Cool.
of course. I don't know, really. I wake up. Do you know these conversations you have yourself in your head? About I want to talk about that, and you end up having like an hour conversation with your head. I basically do that, but I record it and then I put it on my channel, and then people watch it. So it's basically that. And then in between, I do like streams and gaming and all the fun stuff, and that's basically it.
I mean, maybe
That's
I
about
should
it.
start doing that and then get that kind of popularity. Just talk to myself.
It's absolute nonsense, but it works for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. It does.
Amazing. I've got an idea of how we can get really successful, Spud. I'm just gonna camera mounted on the shoulder at my face all day whilst
Just throw a Primarch in there every now and then, and
Yeah.
you're just on the road. It's straightforward. That's it.
Literally what we do on a weekly basis. We just talk for an hour, absolute babble.
Yep.
That's it.
People
That's
come to watch us.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, interestingly enough, I actually do have some questions. I was writing them down before the show started, so
All right.
I'm slightly prepared. Slightly. So.
Me too.
The first question is like a massive one, so maybe we'll go to. Okay, right, we'll do this because.
Should I mention the giveaway first?
Yes, sorry, let's do that. So we're doing a giveaway tonight, guys. At the end of the show, we'll tell you a word. You post it in the chat. Our wonderful man Prime in the background will hopefully sort it all out, filter all the people that submitted out, and pick one at random, and then you can win these. And since it's sci-fi kind of related evening, we are going with some stuff from Gatehouse Gaming, and we've got some sci-fi crates and barrels and a cryopod pack. Now there'll be videos coming out with little reviews of these hopefully the next couple of days so you can see them. But yeah, if you want to win them, stick around to the end of the show, and yeah, we'll tell you how to do that.
Ding.
But
Giveaways.
yeah,
So
the Primarchs giveaways, and then
can I win?
You-
I'm gonna win it.
yeah.
No one else get involved.
Anyone
It's
can
all
win.
mine.
Yeah, anyone can. I mean, I could even type in the chat, win it myself, and then I don't have to send out postage or anything like that. I can save myself
There we
some
go.
money. Yeah,
There you go. Do it.
But
Solid.
two, I'm not gonna, just in case. So since Primarchs is an awesome word to get popularity, I'm gonna use.
Jump on that train.
Yeah, we're gonna jump on that train, and I'm gonna ask you the question. Honestly, what Primarch do you want to come back next? Heretic or Loyalist?
Well, all right, okay. This is that. Well, right. Put in loyalty aside. Let's say. So let's put Dawn to one side because that's always going to be the first choice. I think the best Primarch, story-wise, to come back would probably be the Lion because he's so antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would make a great comeback because number one, he was a bit like that with Gilliman anyway. You know, Gilliman broke the Lion's sword and stuff.
Yep.
And to see his reaction to how the Imperium turned out, I think would be absolutely hilarious. And just to see all right, okay, I'm sick of this. Let's do this. I think that would be amazing.
It kind of makes
really
you think there'll be like a second Imperium, wouldn't you? Like, not even Imperium Secundus sort of thing. It'd be like Gilliman's Imperium and then the Lion's Imperium.
I think it'd be really interesting to see like how he would react. Like, could Gilliman rein him in, let's say, and like, you know, try and control him?
Because it'd be quite a nice lead up for a third Primarch to come in and kind of kick them both into line. Yeah, but you see, the cool one is the Lion. Sorry, the logical one is the Lion for the story, but the cool one I think to bring back would be like Jagatai Khan or Vulcan or someone because they're like the really cool dudes. I don't think anyone, even like the Heretics who are my mates, have a bad word to say about Vulcan. He's that popular. He's just awesome. So.
He is a beast, isn't he?
Yeah.
He reminds me of who's the guy? What is his name? He was in the Green Mile.
I know what you mean, that big massive
not
guy.
Bob Sapp, but
he was Kingpin in the Daredevil movie.
yeah.
Oh, what was his name?
I know what you mean.
Unfortunately, I think he passed away.
Yeah, I think he died of a heart attack actually, or something like
So,
that.
yeah, but he's like Vulcan, either that or like kind of Terry Crews, but Terry Crews is a little bit more wired. So,
Well, he can't die either, so he's out there somewhere. He's doing something.
Yeah,
We just don't know what he's doing. He's probably just relaxing somewhere, having a laugh.
Yeah, and the Khan is just a cool person.
The Khan is just amazing. He just likes to go fast. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Have you read? Have you up to date with the Heresy?
Yeah, I'm completely up to date. I'm so glad I started at Horus Rising like all them years back, because if I had to jump in now, I don't think I could do it.
I'm miles behind, but I kind of know the ending, so there's no spoilers.
Horus turns traitor. You spoiler!
Yeah,
Spoiler alert!
there you go. Kill Sanguinius. Probably everyone could have told you that, even if you hadn't got to the end. So, have you read the Primarchs books yet?
What made in the Primarchs books? I think the last one I actually read was Per Tribal's one. I was just laughing all the way through it.
Yeah,
it was so antisocial. I think what's the last one I read? Yeah, I think it was Per Tribal. I think I did Gilliman's, I did Fulgrim's, and I did Per Tribals. I haven't done. I think what's out now? There's Korax out and there's Angron's out, right?
Angron's.
And Magnus. Is he Magnus? Is Magnus
Yeah,
as well?
there's Magnus, Korax, Lehman Russ.
Oh,
Jagged
yeah,
Tyke.
that's what I read the Lehman Russ one as well. I actually think the Lehman Russ one was the best one out of all of them so far.
Yeah, read Jagatai Khan.
Yeah, oh, sorry, no, I've done his as well. I've read Jagatai Khan. He fights all the orcs. I love that. Yeah, I love that bit. Yeah.
I've done that one. I like the fact that when he gets up to the spaceship, he looks at it and he's just like, you know what? That's got a big engine in it. I would have put 2 big engines in it.
I like he was so ferocious, like the orcs started to run from him, like it's never been seen before. And it was like so cool, like the orcs running away from a Primarch. It's like, okay, that's how badass he is.
Yeah, that's a scary verse. The other one as well, which I've just read, is Comrade Kurz. That one's
a
really
good one.
It's really good if you want to try and understand a psychopath. Like
someone gave me a passage from it where he mentions Dawn, and I just said no. He's a weirdo. Don't believe anything he says. Don't believe anything he says. Just ignore him. It's okay.
Yeah,
just carry on with your day.
He's completely psychopathic, but yeah, it's a good book if you want to. But awesome. Okay, so we're thinking the Lion for story wise, but coolness wise, probably going with Vulcan, Jagged Tyke.
I said story wise would be Lion, coolness wise Vulcan. Or Jagged Tyke, because they're like the kick-ass ones.
So are they from Horus Heresy or from 40k?
To bring,
well,
from Heresy to bring into 40k.
Okay.
Well, technically, Vulcan was around after the Horus Heresy. If you read the beast, I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
He was technically the last man standing.
Yep.
Mr. Vulcan.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Interesting. The Comrade Kurz one. He wakes up like 1,000 years after the Siege of Terror.
Yeah, because I remember in I think the last book I read in the Runestorm, they did something with him. I don't want to spoil it in case there's someone in here. Does he wake up after that incident happened? Is it? Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so he wakes up somewhere that he shouldn't be, and it's like, it's really quite entertaining just for that fact alone. But
I actually might get it's an audio. I'm actually listening to Soul Hunter at the moment by Aaron Dembski Loaded. I never got into them, and everyone's like, you haven't read the Night Lord series? It's like, okay, I'll get into it. Now it's an audio. I started listening to it, and it is really good. I do enjoy it.
That, to be honest with you, anyone that sort of started 40k books with that instantly becomes the Night Lords player, because it's like, those guys are cool. Yeah. Those guys are cool. So
they're like the cool gang in school. Like, ignore all the rules. We do it our own way.
Yeah, it's kind of they had a massive amplification of, because Batman the Dark Knight came out. The Joker in that with Heath Ledger was possibly the most terrifying Joker that's been on screen today, and everyone was just like, that guy's a Night Lord. That's what it's like to be around Comrade Kurz. Yeah. So all the Night Lord players just went nuts over it. So, but yeah,
I think mine were Khan, really. Not Khan. What's his name? Angron. So I read one of their books first, and then I was just like, these are just the best thing that I've ever. I wish I could actually be one of them, just to go around and kill everybody for no reason. Yeah. And then I read Angron, and I was like, I'm definitely in love now. Like, this is just mental. I bought the model and everything.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you reckon on them actually bringing Angron out before another loyalist Primarch?
I think for me, like I've spoken about this so many times with different people and friends and stuff. It all depends on how they do it. I am 100% linked to that Angron can only be brought back on Armageddon
Yep.
/ Eleanor because that's where he was banished. Because during the Big Great Rift, the Salamanders stopped a summoning ritual. I
Yep.
thought to myself, why would they go to Armageddon? Why not just go to like a random moon and just do it there? So he has to be linked to Armageddon. I personally think so.
Yeah.
I think if you bring him back, then it's got potential to bring awesome stuff back with it.
Yeah, everyone going back to Armageddon. Plus, that's probably where the most violence happens.
I think that's where the kick-ass stories happen. Aren't they? Like, you had all Hell's Reach. You've had 3 wars there.
Even from like years ago when
Yeah.
Armageddon first came out with Gazgul and Yarick and everyone, maybe Gazgul. You know, obviously it could happen in October. That would all make sense to bring Armageddon out with orcs and stuff in October. So then they can bring Gazgul back, bring Angron back, Captain Cortez, obviously, we need him back.
It's this big psychic awakening, isn't it? And I think it's going to be linked to that. If it's going to be linked to anything, I think it's a big. I think a lot of people are saying it's them spells and those what's it called? AOS endless spells or something.
Yeah,
that's what everyone's pushing with. But for me, I'm more concerned about the narrative, like what's actually going to happen with the old narrative side of it, because that's where that's what I get all the fun out of it.
Because I think that's kind of possibly where a lot of people's maybe aggression, not aggression, the tantrums come from, that the storyline's kind of rapidly sped up pace because it was sitting at nothing for a very long time. Yeah. And it's just gone, and you're like, oh, okay, I missed something there.
Yeah, I was reading when I first read the Dark Imperium. Technically, you can technically say it's really not the 31st because when Gilliman was like trying to find out what date it was, since he basically got put in status, the Inquisition basically erased everything because they didn't want anyone to know anything. So he's been sending out like remembrances to try and find it, and the Inquisition like zipping them up in body bags and like, nope, not today. They just randomly go missing. Yeah, technically, it still could be the 41st millennium for those people who said, "Oh, I don't want the story to move on."
But it's actually the 45th millennium. It's just gone way.
Warhammer 50,000. Wait, it's in the future.
They have moved it quite forward. I thought we were going to be stuck in it for a very long time. Like I really did, and I kind of think they did it because a lot of people were like losing all their interest, even on the narrative. They were like, something's got to change. We can't bring the Emperor back because obviously and stuff like that. Even though that was the dream for some people. So I
personally think there's only so much you can do, can you really? Like at the end where you are, there's like, all right, what we're gonna do, Cadia. All right, then what? Just hold it, Arcadia. Then it's like. I think I actually like. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it because you get new stories, you get new campaigns. So that's one of the things I loved. Like when the 8th edition first came out, they did that Death Guard versus Imperium campaign, and which sadly I didn't take part in because I was actually building my army at the time to try and take part in. But by the time I built it, it was finished. So that's why I'm really hoping for like the next Psychic Awakening is like going to be one of them big, massive narrative things, so I can actually take part in it this time.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think, to be honest with you, the shift was possibly my main theory is there's 2 parts to it. Is one, 7th edition was becoming crazy with its rules and stuff like that. You're just like, I can't figure this out. And secondly, everyone went, why is this guard the same size as this Space Marine? And they just went, well, these guys are supposed to be like 2 foot taller than a tall man. So they went, do that, and then away you go.
A lot of the Forge World, like human-sized things, are a lot smaller. Like the Death Corps Krieg are a lot smaller than other ones. But I've noticed, I think a lot of 30k stuff is a smaller scale because like Angron is tiny compared to a Primaris Marine.
Yeah.
Like when I got him, I was just like, "Where's the rest of him?
Where's the rest of him?
This is tiny. It's sick, but like it's
I remember when he got first announced and stuff, and everyone was losing their mind and stuff like that. It was like a little trailer, and in the Marine's like eye, you could see like just the reflection of him, but it was like really pixelated, like in the YouTube trailer. And everyone was like zooming in and enhancing it and going, "Oh my god, it's a Primarchs coming."
I remember that. That was awesome. I mean, here's a question. Actually, it would be kind of interesting. Do you think the internet would have completely lost their mind if Games Workshop had literally just turned around and gone, "Right, guys, Cadian, Space Marine. Obviously, we realize there's a problem. How about we make these? Do you like them? And then just gave them.
I actually think it would have worked out better because everyone I've spoke to, every single person I spoke to said they love the Primaris Marines, but they hate the lore on how they were introduced. Like it was so rushed. So I personally think this would have gone right. This is just like the new armor since Gilliman's come back, and hey, guess what? It's a new. We're increasing the scale so you can make it more cooler and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people even myself, like I thought it was a bit meh at the start. I know the authors at the moment are trying to fix it, and they are doing a really good job of it. Like the Spears of the Emperor book, I've heard that's good. Some of the Chris Wright stuff that he's done, that's really, really good. So yeah, they are trying to improve it, but it's just that first hurdle of, oh my god, this is like shoving it down your throat, because it was all like, oh, Abaddon's about to kill Gilliman. No, he's not, because guess who's here? It was just like that kind of feeling.
Oh, interestingly, I've seen they've tried to correct it by actually correcting the Horus Heresy a little bit, because they put Belisarius Cole into a book, the Heresy. And I was like, and he's actually a really cool guy in the Heresy.
Yeah, he's actually really like he doesn't care for horrors or anything, even though certain things happen. But he's in it for his own self, but he's in it for the Imperium as well. So yeah, it's nice to see him in kind of a human format before he turns into like the thing he is now. I don't know what it is. What is it? It's like a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I do like. There's a bit in the book where the Horus Heresy where he's like, it's quite near the beginning, and he's basically trying to increase his mental capacity. And he's got this plug.
Himself,
he's got like this plug, and he's like, well, either this will work or I will die.
Yeah,
and it goes, I'm like, oh, I'm really smart now.
Yeah, it's just a great book that I really enjoyed. It was actually a surprise when I came across it. I was like, I put it in there. That's fun. Let's see how it goes.
So, I've got a couple other questions for you. So this is generally my own personal intrigue. Has Warhammer World given your own seat for the waiting line yet? So you do seem to be first at the door. Most open days.
No. Do you know what? On a question that I think I'm actually going to stop going to the Warhammer World's opening now. Because the last time I went, I don't mind driving. I actually love driving there. It's a piece of quiet. I got kids and stuff. It's time for myself, listen to an audiobook on the drive down, go straight across the Pennines and stuff. It's so peaceful. But like when I get there and I wait there, and I'd love to be speaking to people in queue and we all get excited. But the thing is, they put it online. Like the last time we went, when I think it was Calgar, when he got like reborn into into a Primaris Marine, and they put it online 15 minutes before we got allowed into the building. So the queue was literally snaking around the car park, and everyone was on the phones going, "Oh well then." So,
that's a surprise.
It's all been revealed. It's over.
I think it's because there's so many leaks into these days with stuff.
But I think they want to be first to post it, but it's posting it, but then again posting it 15 minutes earlier. Like I felt sorry for this one guy. Like I think he came all the way from like Sweden or Norway, if I remember right, just to see what it was. And he was like, I flew here, and then he flew here, picked up a car, then drove here, like from down south. And I felt so bad for him. I was like, wow. I think this year I don't think I say that now. I'm probably gonna be first in line again. Like, hey, how's everyone doing? But yeah, I'm not too sure yet whether to go or not because
Interesting.
Again, I'm saying that like on reveals, but they are good because you get to sit down and meet the people who do the rules and stuff. And plus, I get to meet my friends there. That's one of the main reasons I go to socialize with my mates and stuff. Because when I actually game and tabletop, since all my mates are spread around the country, we like focus on Warhammer World like as a central hub.
Yeah, that's
people
cool.
go there and stuff like that.
I mean, we used to do that back in the Heresy days when it was the Horus Heresy week open day. Or Forge World Open Day. It was just Forge World.
Yeah.
It used to be like Templars Crusades, Spud, me, like everyone from the country just descends. I mean, kind of all separated and gone our own ways in life and stuff. But I do know what you mean when you get together and you have a laugh. And Spud created an awesome game called Condiment Wars. Which there is a video about that as well, isn't there?
So we're at Warhammer Forge World Open Day, and we were all chilling at this table, and we were all going over about rules and everything. I went, look, guys, it's not that hard. Like, come on. And they were like, well, because people getting into like real deep conversation. All right, no, watch this. So I just looked around and I saw these pots of condiments on the table. I went, watch this. Poured out condiments out, split them into 2 armies, give them some like 1s and 2p coins, and I just made some rules up like that on site, and they were like, "Wow, that's really good." I went,
Yeah.
Start
There
getting
you
a
go.
crowd gathering
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
there you
people
go.
will actually like people will
Yeah.
see in the dinner and actually watching us play
Whether
with
the
sachets of tomato sauce and mayonnaise.
yeah, like whether the mustard was going
Blood
to
for
be
the
the
blood god.
ketchup.
So smacking
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, those were fun times. And then we had a bit too much to drink and went wandering around. And you got some basing material, didn't you, Spud?
I did.
Yes.
Say my crimes on national.
No,
YouTube.
we did.
That's the thing I've never done. I've never drank there because I drive I drive there and I drive back and stuff like
yeah.
that. But I would like to like stay in a hotel maybe and just spend the night in Bookman's and stuff
We
like
should
that. And just,
we should
yeah.
do that sometime.
Yeah,
Go out
yeah.
and just have a drink.
I can bring my
Yeah,
Angron model.
yeah, you can.
I'll bring my far bigger Primaris model and just put it next to it and just laugh. I go, yes, puny
no.
Primarch.
Uni Primark.
I would bring one of these. Watch one of these ones. I'll bring one of these. This is like the big boy. This is like massive,
Oh,
like
jeez.
Cheese and
Oh.
Sanguinius-esque model.
Was that a Kickstarter done recently?
It was a Kickstarter. I say was because someone shut them down. Yeah.
Controversial.
They infringed on their IP. Let's say. I think we should. Yeah.
Oh, so you
And,
managed to get.
So
one
I think I've got the only. How many have I got? 5 in existence because I got Jagatai Khan, Mortarion. I got. This is Angron I've got. There's the Angron I've got.
Oh, Spud's
Oh my cheese!
I've got Angron and I've got Lehman Russ, but he's not assembled because my neighbour had him for like 3 weeks and forgot to tell me. He picked it up for me, so he's downstairs. And
I'm generally in shock.
I think they're trying to get it back up again, but under a different name and like different branding and stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kabuki Studios kind of got away with it for a long time.
Yeah.
They're still able to do it. So, but
No, but that is.
Oh, is it back again? Someone said yeah,
next
Carl said it's
level.
back. I think it is back again. I think they messaged me a couple of days ago about getting it back and stuff.
Cool.
So I'll have to
Guardians.
I'll have to find it. Don't worry about it. I'm sure at some point you'll hear my kids run past the screen scene going, so don't worry about it.
Do you know,
As they always
every
do.
Every Thursday, just know that I run out, and I do live in Roma, and I'm 32, but it's a long story why I'm here. Like, there's no choice.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, amazeballs. So I've got a couple more questions here. Then obviously the randomness will carry on. So
No worries.
heresy question for you. I just wondering if you know, where is Constantine Valdor?
I have no idea. Well, if we were to believe the lore, with like his spear, for those of you who don't know, his spear is a twin.
Yep.
And his twin spear is Lehman Russ's.
Yep.
And apparently the story is, well, I think if I'm remembering this right, when Lehman Russ vanished, apparently the spear spoke to Valdor or something, and they had like this connection. And then Valdor left around the same time as Lehman Russ left and vanished. So I don't know if he's like gone to help him or anything like that. But I love Valdor. I love Valdor. Valdor's amazing. Like every time I've read about him, I just laugh at him because he just takes no crap off anyone at all. Even Primarchs, you go, no, shut up.
Yeah.
No, I was here before you. Be quiet. Stuff. Yeah, he's amazing.
The thing is, he is possibly the one guy that you're like, he could probably be a Primarch killer. You're like,
yeah. Well, I really hope at the siege he fights a Primarch. I think that is something I would really hope for him to do.
Yeah.
I doubt it though, but I'm thinking about the siege. I know Jagatai Khan fights Mortarion, and there's a lot of hype about Fulgrim fighting Jagatai as well. I don't think Rogodon. Well, I think Rogodon is going to battle, but I think he'll battle like Perturabo, like in a digital chess game.
Yeah,
guys. I think that's going to be their duel.
Yeah.
Sanguinius is just flying around, hawking it, just smashing everyone in sight.
Yeah.
And it'd be really awesome if Angron and Sanguinius fought. It's like the whole angel and demon kind of fight. Then I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely intrigued to see who all the Primarchs fight now, because like Magnus was on Terror, I think,
Yeah, he's well,
or
is
maybe
is it like-
Psychic Projection.
well, is it like I don't know. Is it fully Magnus now? Since a shard of him is
Oh,
basically like
yeah.
the
That
Grandmaster
confusing.
of the Grey Knights. Yeah, I don't know what really is
Yeah.
going on. Like how powerful he is. I know it's like Magnus, but is it,
Yeah,
like, full on Magnus.
yeah. That was a confusing book with the shards of Magnus. So I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
Think-
I had to reread that a couple of times. I was like,
Yeah,
what the hell is
it's like-
going on?
it's like there's part of Magnus over here. There's part of Magnus over here. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just generally intrigued to see who's going to fight who, because
Who?
you know, the main obviously Sanguinius has a fight with the big demon guy,
Yeah, Carbando. Yeah,
yeah.
breaks him.
but
The thing is, I always find funny about that is that he fought him in Cygnus Prime, and he beat him already. I'm like, does he really? I would have much preferred it if he broke Angron over his back rather than him. I think it'd be
Yeah.
more symbolic than smashing him. But
yeah,
whatever they do, we'll do.
yeah, it'll be interesting. If you
I'm
read,
sure they have something cool planned.
I'm assuming you're probably up to date with the Solar War side of
Yes,
things.
I've actually got these fancy books. I have to wake up like 5 hours in advance to spam GW website, so they don't end up on eBay. So yeah, I'm up to date on them. Yeah, they are really really cool.
Yeah, I've only watched listened to the first one of the Solar War, and then hopefully the second one, because I'm big into Audible at the moment. It's
Yeah,
much,
all right, yeah.
much easier for them, but
Mm.
I will get up to speed with everyone else.
I'm
Now
still old school. I just get books really, and to be honest, I just get them from Elston.
that is true. I do send you a lot of my
I
books.
cannot read in my household. My kids think they're coloring books, so it's just like like these ones like locked away like prized possessions. Like no, do not touch children. Stay away. That's why I always get audiobooks because I do a lot of driving and stuff. So I just bang it on in the car and just
Yeah.
do it then. Or
I
like when you
suppose I
paint,
could
like that.
transition over. Elston, I borrowed Elston's account a while back just to listen to some, but I ended up listening to him before I went to bed. 'cause I was
Oh,
some
no,
parts
no, no,
next to me. And it was just like 12 minutes in. Next day, we're like, I forgot, I fell asleep again. I just kept on falling asleep to him, and I'm like, I've heard this bit, I've heard this bit, I've heard this bit. And
It happens to me sometimes when I'm painting. I'm painting, and I go, what? It's just that
Yeah.
one. Wait, what? I'll have to go
Did I miss
back.
that bit?
Yeah. Who the
Yeah.
fuck now?
Yeah, put it on whilst you're traveling or something like that. That's probably the best time to
Yeah.
because I got massively. I used to drive a lot, and yeah. Oh, I walk the dog a lot as well now, so I put it on whilst I'm walking.
Oh,
the
that's
dog.
all right. Yeah, that's there you go.
I don't know if I
That's
could
fun
do that riding to work on my bike. You know what I mean? Just riding to work. It's like dawdling off. Oh, yes, I live at home with mum and I ride a bike. And I play Warhammer. I literally tick all 3 boxes.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm about to top you on the childish, because the first Solar War book.
Yeah.
They kept on going about the Uranus Gate.
Yeah.
I nearly spat my feet out.
I could not.
I'm
stop
definitely
giggling.
sure they put that in there on purpose.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, there's like quotes like, let's say they're worried about the blood that had been spilled over Uranus.
They've done it on purpose, trust me. They're all in the meeting room having a giggle to themselves. If you write this, how many dirty things can we put next to Uranus to
Yeah.
make this book good?
Yeah, it's like Uranus is a sacred thing.
Massive Iron Warrior ship came out of like the Uranus Gate. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, get the picture, get it.
There was lots of explosions
The
around the Uranus Gate.
gene
Yeah.
seed.
The
Yeah.
gene
Gate.
seed. Covered in gene seeds.
One of those moments where you like, if you're sitting by yourself and something funny happens, it might not be a laugh out loud. I was walking my dog and I was. And people were just like,
It was looking at you. Who's this weirdo? What's he laughing at?
yeah, it's fun. You should read it just for that, just for the funnies, mate.
Can you paint the Uranus Gate?
Yeah, you
The
can paint it
brown.
brown. I've heard. Yeah, it's brown,
Yeah.
brownish
Yeah.
colours.
Give it
Yeah.
a good wash. You have to give it a good wash after that.
A lot of abstract surf shade. Get it right in there.
Oh, wow, this is non-stop. You can glaze it.
Yeah, you can.
Glaze.
Yeah, and especially if something from the warp comes out of it, then all kinds of
Yeah.
colours. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
non-stop.
vibrant.
Oh,
Pocket. Gas pocket. Reading chat's getting on the bants.
Ah.
amazing. I've actually got more questions. Right, okay, this one. I'm really intrigued to see what you come up with for this. Okay, if you could make a video game on 40k,
Oh
like
boy.
any type of genre, any type of thing, what would it be? What elements would it have, etc.? You have free reign to create it.
A lot of people always say they want space. Like, I want Space Marine 2. I get it, right?
Sure,
But the
100%.
thing is about Space Marine 2, there was a story. I remember reading an article about the producers and what they wanted to do with Titus, and I'm glad they didn't make Space Marine 2 after they read it. It was like he went renegade and he was like stealing ships on his own. Like, how does a Space Marine steal a starship on his own?
Made him into a
Like,
pirate.
yeah, and then he like
Pirate
redeems
Titus.
himself and he gets made his own. And then he has his own chapter. It's like, no, don't do this. I preferred him to just go into like a Black Shield and the Death Watch or something and just
Oh,
from there.
that would have been cool.
Yeah. For me, I think I'm really big into like games you play with your friends, or like a co-op or like a multiplayer game. I think if like I haven't played Battlefield since like Battlefield 2 because the other ones are just cash grabs I think now. But if they did Battlefield 40k, I definitely think I'll have to throw all my cash at it.
Which characters would you be allowed, or which ones would you go for?
Well, if it's stuck, like, see, with storyline, even though I love Space Marines, I don't think you can really have a decent storyline as a Space Marine because you just don't care. You just run into everything and just hit everything. Yeah. Whereas if you're a guardsman, it's more like, all right, if I turn this corner, my head will get blown off, and then I am dead. So I think you're more emotionally attached to like a human rather than a Space Marine. But Space Marines are more fun. You just go in and smash everything up. So if it was like a story, then I'd like to be a human. I don't know, like a specialist guard or something. Like,
I mean, I would like to play. Have you played Star Wars Battlefront 2 at all? Okay.
No.
Well, it's the same mechanics as Battlefield. But what it is if you're doing multiplayer, you start off with like standard guys, so you can have like a standard guy, a heavy guy, HQ, or a specialist sniper, and basically you run around with them. If you score loads of points, you can start picking the extra guys.
I think I've seen videos like heroes where you become like Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. Yeah.
So if you gain enough points and the right point pops up, you can become
the Emperor and just start around my blaster everyone.
Yeah. But if you like the droids thing, ones in it, you can become the like rolly droids and stuff like that, or the bigger droids.
Oh, can you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So my thought would be, if you be a guardsman, run around. If you're really good as a guardsman and you die, you get the option to be a spaceman. So,
all right, yeah.
And then, or Terminator or something like that, and then rock around like that. That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, like Call of Duty style. So obviously, you're like a guardsman, but then you can call in, like kill streaks.
Like air
do different kill streaks. So you could have like your thing, and then obviously for like your big one, instead of a nuke, a dreadnought just gets dropped in the middle of the battlefield.
I want like a massive like. I think MMOs are kind of dead. Well, I say they're kind of dead. WoW Classic is killing everything at the moment. Yeah. But like that kind of like, you don't find companies investing that much into them. But I'd love like a massive MMO where it's just hundreds, thousands of people just fighting each other on the same battlefield.
That's in 40k. Without Space Marines.
Well, that's what Eternal Crusade was supposed to. Eternal Crusade was basically, they sold it as PlanetSide 2 with a 40k skin, and it was so much less than that. It was really so much less. It was like it was a hobby shooter, but it was like it's probably one of the worst hobby shooters for a game I played.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's what I love. Something massive, open world. Just get like I remember in PlanetSide 2, when I used to play PlanetSide 2 back in the day, I actually had a unit called Elysian Drop Troops.
Oh, nice.
We used to get galaxies, and there was about 50 of us, just all dropping out these galaxies, and over like the voice over IP, and like generally just heard "For the Emperor." These massive zergs of guys charging tanks and getting wiped out in like seconds, but it was just fun. Just massive troop stuff. It was amazing. I loved it.
See, now there was a plan before Eternal Crusade came out for a game called Dark Millennium.
Yeah.
Never came to fruition, but they said like the plans were you could drive Titan. I was like,
my close friend was a playtester for it. Over in Texas, yeah, and he gave me all the information when the company went under and stuff.
Yeah,
and he said it was kind of like World of Warcraft but with a 40k skin.
Yeah,
I think that's what they were aiming for, like that kind of. I won't say cartoony set. Well, it is a bit cartoon, but you know what I mean, like the animations and stuff like that. That's what it was like. But he said it was really, really fun. But what happened is that Apparently they made like this device, this like toy device, and it absolutely tanked. They like lost like 40 million. So to try and save it, they moved it from an MMO to an RPG game, and then since they even couldn't save the company after that, it just wasn't working out. They completely just cancelled everything, which was a shame. I was really hoping that someone would come in and like pick it up and buy it and stuff like that, but
yeah, that would have been amazing. Because a 40k MMO like properly would be amazing. But I think the problem is because 40k is so vast, you'd have to pump a lot of money into get it kind of right.
Well, I've always said I think companies are a bit wary buying the IP from GW because first thing you don't have full control over it. It's up to them what happens. Yeah. So like companies like EA and stuff like that, I think they're a bit wary of like I don't know how much it costs, but say $1 million at least to own the rights to a big game, and then they don't have control of what goes into that game. I don't think those big. They'd rather just make their own and just just do it that way. So I think that's why we've seen like a lot of trash content like there's more like iOS games and phone games, which they're all right for like 5 minutes, but to get really into it's just a bit. It's just
I started playing that Conquest one. I got right into it, and stuff, and then.
Which one is that? Like the base building one? Like it's like
a little bit, yeah, and then but then I remember one of them like the weight. You can wait or you can like boost stuff to like. Like one of them was 200 days. And I was like, why would I wait 200 days?
I forget about
just
this
to build a turret.
I literally just went uninstall.
Yeah,
like, I'm not waiting that long to play a game.
Well, I know there's 2 games on the horizon. One is supposed to be apparently it's AAA based for 40k. I don't know what it is. And another one again I don't know what it is. But apparently there's Inquisition symbols on it and stuff. So I'm fingers crossed is that it's like kind of like The Witcher. But like maybe set like a hive city or something like that. I'd love that. Like you can go from the top to the bottom, just hunting people. That would be like instead of having like a map, you just have a hive city because then like bloody. It's like a massive thing in itself, and you can just go anywhere you want. And as an Inquisitor, you have like no one's going to stop you, so you can just go anywhere you want.
Yeah, we should. Now one thing I really want, but I'm very scared of saying. Well, very scared if they did attempt it. Is Dawn of War 4.
Oh god, Dawn of War 3.
Dawn of War.
Half an hour I played it. Half an hour, and then I just uninstall and got my money back.
I can't get it up. I literally didn't play it for an hour. I was so looking forward to it. Like a lot of people saying, "Oh, it looks a bit stupid and stuff," which I thought I'd give it a pass just as long as the gameplay was good. Sure. But when I was like online playing it in multiplayer, I was like, my army. Like I spent like 20 minutes building a massive army up, and it's wiped out in like 4 seconds. I was like, "What the hell? This is crap." So it was not for me. I can't understand how they got it so wrong. All they had to do was take like the mechanics from Dawn of War 1 and 2 and just meld them together. But instead we got like backflipping Gable Andrelos and stuff like that. It was like
in Terminator.
Yeah, because the trailer is probably one of the best trailers ever as well.
Yeah, like when that knight takes the that thing on and like rams through it. Yeah,
it's like probably the best trailer that they've done, and I was so excited for it. And I thought, well, I'll just wait 2 weeks. This will be on a Steam sale anyway. Got it, and I'm like, this is just terrible. But I still played Dawn of War 2 Last Stand. That's my favourite game.
Yeah, but I always stream the I do something called like 40k battles where I'm a spectator and I get people on from the stream. They all fight each other. I'm just like commentating on it and stuff like that.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, so it's always fun. I'm actually the undefeated champion on it. A lot of people disagree, but there's the evidence. I have not been beaten, and I won by building turrets outside my base. I beat it by making a wall of just Dakar, and no one could beat me. It was amazing. But yeah, I had to retire and claim my crown. That's it now. That's it from there.
Well, I'm really hoping someone takes the challenge of picking up Dawn of War and just get it right. Wait, see where Dawn of War 3 went really wrong. Let's not do that.
Yeah, I think now with the Dawn of War, I think because it is so bad for Dawn of War 3 that I'm fearful now that no one will come and like, we don't. But it's not that we will buy a Dawn of War game if you just make it good. That's that's it. Just make the game good. Don't make it like that. Yeah, and then it'll be good.
The problem is as well with the internet being the way it is and everything, and you get people like Arch Warhammer talking about it, and he just lays into it at an incredible rate, and you're just like, I mean, I'd never played it, and just by the reviews of everyone was giving, I was like, yeah, that.
I think everyone was so hurt. Like I was so hurt about it because Dawn of War was the game that got like a lot of people into the hobby. Like a lot of my friends, like when I said, we got you into the games, like Dawn of War, I was like a surprised how many people got into the game because of Dawn of War, and because it had that such a massive fan base. And then we got that game, like the single player where I was like, yes, I'm playing Space Marines. Then it forced me to play Eldar. I was like, I don't want to play Eldar. I want to play Space Marines. Stop bouncing me around from like Space Marines to Orcs and Eldar. I was like, I can't be asked. I just don't want to do this anymore.
See, now the most interesting thing about my life is I met my missus at martial arts class. We sort of started, we started seeing each other and everything, and I went around her house one day and she was playing computer games and she loaded up Dawn of War, and I was just like, oh,
here we go.
And she's like, yeah, I play this all the time. I've got all the, I was just like, oh, this is it.
You should have challenged her and just like absolutely destroyed her.
Game on.
No pity, no remorse.
But she still plays it to this day. Dawn of War 1, she still plays it to this day, and
that's good.
That's a true test of a good game.
Well, yeah. Dawn of War has that Ultimate Apocalypse mod, which is like stupidly still popular, but it just increases the size and the armies and the maps. It's amazing. It really is.
So
that's why I'm so big into games that do modding, because when you have modding attached to your games, the game lasts, because if you fail at it, the community will take over and they'll make it amazing. That's why all these new games, they don't have it, but I know why they don't have it, because they don't want people to
muck around,
but do your content instead of their content and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it's crappy. It's absolutely crappy business thing, but
yeah. Hopefully one day people will allow more. But yes, someone who watches this, Dawn of War 4, please just don't make it bad.
I tell you, you will be reigning in the cash. You just be there like that.
Like there is
just be falling down on you.
There are literally millions and millions of people. If you made a good game, would just like go and instantly got it. So
we'll do it.
Now we're actually quite close towards the end of the show, believe it or not. So yeah, we're 50 minutes has gone by pretty fast. So but we do need to do the giveaway side of things. So I'm not entirely sure the time Prime will probably tell us, but what you need to do in the chat is type the word heretic. If you put it in the chat, after a certain amount of time, Prime will find out how many we've got, then do a random draw. They'll let us know, and then you can let us know where you are, and we'll get them. So the word is heretic. Go. All lowercase as well, I'm told.
I'm just going to type it so my friend who's in chat doesn't win it. So if I win it, I can taunt him, and then just be here like that. That's it.
Amazing.
Just do it that way.
Yeah, Normski goes for the uppercase. Thank you, Normski.
Yeah, well done.
So
he's probably gonna win it now.
Yeah. No, I did have some other questions, but they are massive questions, and I don't necessarily think they're appropriate. They might go a bit too down serious end of things. So the two that I was going to read out, and I'll just read them out for your own sake if you want to answer them or not. It's up to you. Is so what would you like to see next from 40k, and do you have any goals for your channel coming up in the future?
Oh boy.
As I said, big question.
Where do I start with the primaris? Yeah. Everyone's like, will you stop talking about primaris? No. I think, right, I agree, like, primaris have been showered in the gift of giving at the moment. Like, we've got everything, like, in the past couple of months. I actually would like to see some orc stuff. I am a massive orc fan, like, but I think Gazskull, I would love a new Gazskull model. It just doesn't seem right when you put Gazskull on the table in this current format. It just doesn't look. When you put him next to like a Magnus or a Mortarion, he just looks so out of place. So I love to see that. Of course, more Primaris. Of course, I'm always going to say Primaris in there because they're amazing. Another Primarch, of course. Why not? Yeah. Just the orc stuff, the Primaris stuff. I think I'd like to see more narrative, like we mentioned at the start. You know, like a big, massive worldwide campaign where you decide. I really, really want another one of those because I thought they were cool. I know in Vigilus we kind of got well, it wasn't really that. It ended in a stalemate, which I really disliked.
Oh right, I didn't
But,
realize what the outcome was of that. I was,
Yeah, it was just basically Abaddon was like, I'll see you next time, and then just like left. It's like, what? Okay.
And a cackle.
Yeah.
See you next time.
just like
I would have
Skeletor.
done it if it weren't for you Ultramarines, and then just like left. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think this should be more like defining endings. Like, I don't care if Chaos win. I really don't. Just as long as we have the choice to decide it ourselves, I think that'd be really, really cool. With the channel, do you know what? A lot of people always ask me, like, I get loads of messages like, how do I do YouTube? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I seriously say this, I have no idea. I just come on and I record a video, and that I put it out there and people watch it. Really, like, if you watch my videos, there's really no fancy things in it. There's like no amazing cuts or anything like that. It's just me blending an image to another image while I talk about said image, and that is basically that. I think I'm nearing like 90,000. So if we get 90,000 by the end of the year, I think that'll be pretty decent. I think that'll be
nice.
some fun. Yeah.
Well, I guess the only thing I've ever really noticed, and what does come across, is just enthusiasm. It's
yeah. A lot of people say that. Actually, a lot of people say I actually work for GW, which is kind of funny. It's like, where is these checks going? Because I am not receiving no money from GW. It's just, a lot of people are negative, a lot of people are positive, and I'm just falling to the positive category, and that's just me. It's just, why not? At the end of the day, it's a hobby. It's a hobby that you enjoy. Like, I enjoy building it. I enjoy painting it. If there's more stuff for me to build and paint, why wouldn't I be happy about it? I'm always going to be, it's just one of them things to me.
Sure.
So that's why I get happy about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, this is, as you said, it's a hobby. If you're getting angry about a hobby, should you be doing a hobby?
I can kind of understand in some ways, like Australians and New Zealand. I really feel sorry for those guys because they are like really shafted when it comes to pricing and stuff like that. So I can understand on that forefront.
Yeah.
But I can kind of understand with the primaris as well, because I know friends who've got like a full on. I always call them mini marines to wind people up a little bit more. I shouldn't really do it, but old marines, and they've got like full armies. They're like, what does it mean now? I have to like rebuy my entire army? And it's like, no, not right. I don't think right away. I think it's going to be like a massive transition, like 5 to 10 years at a minimum. I don't think they'll just disappear overnight. But I do eventually think that Primaris will become the forefront of everything, because it's if you just look at it like business it is at the moment, there's been nothing normal marine at all. So I'm just looking at it from a business perspective from GW's. Like, if they're not releasing that kind of stuff, then this is the kind of stuff the focus is in on. So
yeah, and whether you like it or not, Primaris Marines do look better.
Again, we go back to that subject. I think it would have saved a lot of bother if they just said, here's this new marine. Look, we've increased the size. They're actually marines this size now. Yeah. And then I think a lot of people would have taken more to it instead. Because at the moment, you got people who love him, you got people who hate him, and there's people who are in between going, I don't know, stuff like that. So yeah.
But I mean, like, it's an interesting sort of side thing as well. You know, the new Bandai Primaris kits are going to be coming out.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Everyone I spoke to about that, I said, well, there's a Bandai kit coming out. It's going to be yay big or something like that. They're just like, oh,
the multi-poles ones,
yeah. Like, everyone's just like, I'm having that. Yeah, I'm just hoping Bandai run with that, and they do more and more.
Terminators and everything,
Because some of them
do it.
Because some of the Gundam kits that you get from Bandai are insane. Like, they've got light LED kits all in them and everything, different colors.
Yeah, I've never experienced one before. It's my friend who was like sending me all the information. Like, look, you can do this, remember do that. I'm like, okay, bloody hell, I didn't know. I just thought it was just like a guy you can just multi-pose and stuff, but there's so much more to them. And stuff
can you spray paint them? Can you paint them?
Yeah. I think they come as blanks, don't they? Like the grey stuff, and it's up to you to paint them, whatever.
It depends on what level you get. Bandai have a level system in it. Depending, I don't know what the names are, but you can get sort of low level stuff, which is basically like it comes on a sprue. It's kind of like one color. You put it together and paint it however you want. But you can get like uber level, which is the sprues are all multicolored, and even like the most impressive thing I saw was a sprue that was green, but in the corner was see-through.
All right.
So like they've
Yeah.
actually made the sprue a different color on different parts, and I was like, okay, that's interesting tech.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah,
okay.
Bandai have got some crazy stuff, but the
Yeah.
boxes are like, yeah. So if Bandai run with that and it becomes successful,
Yeah, I think
I
actually,
wonder
I think it's good, and it's just good for the hobby at the end of the day, isn't it? To just have something new and just something
Yeah.
to paint.
I wonder how much they're going to cost.
yeah.
Your left arm. That's how much. You
Oh,
have to pay
no.
with one arm. That's it.
So I'm gonna ask Prime if he can find out how many people we've got and give me some info. Okay, so Prime's telling me we've got 27 people that could potentially win this. Oh, so apparently he also mentioned that's including Valrak.
If I win, just re-roll it. I just want to wind my friend up. It's okay.
So Prime, do you want to run it and we'll see who our winner is?
This is it. Big time.
This is it.
Zombie Brush Studios. Well done, dude.
Congratulations.
Nice, nice.
Drop us a message on the Facey Bees or the Instagrams, or somehow just get in touch with me or Elson or Gail or Discord, or just
let us know
or something.
Yeah, let us know your address, dude, and I'll get these sent out ASAP. So, you will do also as well. Just so I don't know if I mentioned it, but there's cryopod packs, which are kind of like alien-esque style cryopods. Pretty cool. And then crates and barrels, which are crates and barrels. But awesome.
Casting auto crate.
Yeah, exactly.
And if the person's not here and they don't reply by next Thursday, they're going to a rollover jackpot.
Oh yeah, you get two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. So I think we're kind of at the end of the show.
We done? That went actually very fast.
Yeah, that was an hour. Sort of pretty quick through it. So thank you, Valrak, for coming on. It's been a blast.
No worries. Anytime, just give me a nudge. Yeah. Stuff like that, I'm always around. I don't answer straight away, but when I get back to it, I'll get back to you. Stuff. I'm always around.
Awesome. I will throw it over to El Spudicus. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll throw Spud to sign us out.
So people, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Thank you so much for us guests. It means a lot for people to come on and give their time for us. Thank you, Mr. Elston, for being a legend and spending some time. Mr. Gail Prime, obviously the hero himself as actual producer / Steven Spielberg. And obviously everybody that likes and subscribes and stuff, it's proper booming recently. It's really good, and that's what gives us a good push for people to come on and shoot. In next week for 8 p.m. we have Andy Hobney on from.
He does Gangs of Rome. What else is he doing at them? He's created a lot of games. He's been in the industry for a long time.
He's a legend.
He knows a lot of stuff. So if
Test of Honor,
yeah, he's been behind that. There's a lot of things. I feel really bad that I can't remember them all right now. But yeah, awesome.
So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and we will see you all next week. Big loves.
And again, bye.
For the Emperor.
I'm muted. I've had to do my mic.